But I don't want to
Just
cancel the
say
software
like,
update.
don't do it in 8 hours or something like that.
But it's not giving me that option anymore. Oh shit, we're live. Okay, I'm gonna cancel the scheduled update and see what happens. I'm gonna cancel the
Are we
scheduled
live?
update. Hello, everyone,
Is
and
this
welcome to
thing
the
on?
welcome to the number one Tyranid Shitshow on the internet. Nothing better than starting with me wondering whether I should be updating my computer in the middle of the stream. Hopefully people in YouTube land can hear us. I was unprofessional tonight and did not do an audio test with myself. Do any of you find... Go ahead.
Dwarfinage is here. He should hear us.
Yeah, Dwarf, did you hear us okay? Normally I'd ask Symbio Joe, but he's on the line with us tonight. The call is coming from inside Rick Priestley's house.
Not quite.
So, I think we should all pick a different part of Rick Priestley's house to be coming to them live from tonight. So, Hydra, which part of Rick Priestley's expansive mansion are you coming to everyone live from tonight?
I'm coming from his, well, where am I? It's dark in here.
There's one paintbrush.
It's dark in here, and I hear funny noises. Probably, I'm within his speakers in his living room.
Okay. Symbio Joe, thank you for joining us tonight and bringing our German quotient up to quorum. What part of Rick Priestley's mansion?
I'm just needed for full German efficiency.
Hey, I invited you before I knew that we weren't going to have full German efficiency.
Yes, hello everybody, my name is Symbio Joe, you can call me Joe. I am live from Rick Priestley's garden shed, where there is not a secret bunker under it, where I'm trying to do something sketchy. Oh, I mean I come from Rick Priestley's cupboard. Nothing to see here, move along.
Alright, everybody is shut up inside boxes in Rick Priestley's house. Hydra's coming from speakers in his living room. Symbio Joe is coming either from a cupboard or from a secret bunker that we shouldn't be talking about. What about you, Flynnhammer? What part of Rick Priestley's house are you broadcasting from today?
It's very soft in here. Like a very bit of cashmere. I'm in his laundry basket.
Oh my god. That's a little gross, buddy. That's a little creepy. A bit stalkery.
I'm a little jealous right now.
And I am coming to you live from Rick Priestley's giant circular driveway, because I've been running around all day trying to make sure that all my father's biological systems are working properly, and they seem to be working properly at this moment, but I feel like I only just got home.
I approve of that message.
Alright.
Okay,
Flynn, go ahead. What's that?
That was some German tea.
Oh, I've got Canadian tea.
Well, cheers to everyone then.
Cheers.
I have holidays.
Hey!
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, I survived the madness.
Which one?
The longest work period.
Was this the longest part of the year between holidays?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
okay.
It depends, because Easter moves around every year.
But it, wherever it moves, it still is the longest period.
Okay.
And yeah, I successfully survived it. And
congratulations.
It was a rough and bumpy ride this week, but we managed to reach the other side.
Fantastic.
Just don't go into the light.
Yeah, it's a trap.
It always is.
Nobody tells you that. Like growing up is a total trap.
Admiral Akbar has been telling you that since you were a small child. You just weren't listening.
Oh, that's right. So I don't know how you guys or what you guys are doing, but I want to start off with telling everyone that I'm actually cleaning my Hive fleet, cleaning my Tyranids.
Wait, you're actually cleaning the individual models?
Yes.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that was what you meant.
because they are in this box.
Oh
In this
wow.
big box, and they have been sitting there since ages, waiting for them to finally have a cabinet in which they shall rest.
Yeah.
And I finally have that. Looking at all those bugs, I fear that I don't have enough cabinets, but we will see.
And now you do the brushy.
Yes, the
So I don't
brushy,
know.
brushy, dusty,
This
dusty.
this feels a bit like there's some expression in English. Flynn, help me out. Isn't there some expression about like sitting at home and like polishing your trophies or something?
That's exactly it.
I feel like this is what Hydra's doing live on stream. He's just like,
Well,
oh, let me get out this masterfully painted Tyranid and just polish it for you here.
Yes.
we have there's already a request from Darth Bob. He wants the Talon Horror.
Of course
Yes,
he does.
the Talon
Man
Horror
lives.
will be there.
Man lives for the Talon Horror.
But first of all, I have this wonderful tyrant. We all know that the tyrants are living through weird times these days.
Did you assemble it correctly?
I did, because it's a metal one. I actually forgot that I own this model.
Yep.
But looking at it, it's, it has all the things that I always advocate. It has no eyes. It has tentacles. Has no mouth. It has sighting. It has rending claws, like Gene Stealer rending claws.
I forgot that tyrant. I don't remember seeing that tyrant.
Yeah, me as well.
Wow. Okay, we're all rediscovering things tonight.
Yeah, and I really like his pose, like the gunslinger effects. The gunslinger.
Yep.
Thing. And you see the little dolly on the base.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of horror.
Yeah. So when I built my Hive fleet, I wanted to have like urban bases.
Yeah.
Because imagine the horror if those things were right into your front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that was the idea.
Cool.
So you said it has no mouth, which is obviously, but is there a mouth? Is it like an octopus? Is there a beak in the center, or are the tentacles at the end just sucking out what they can get into their grasp?
I don't think that I have spent much thought on that, because looking here, I have like little mandibles, but I also have tentacles coming out from where the tongue would be. So I assume that I always love the Lobo tentacles from the Lictor, which are like little mouth suckies. I would say that those are probably what they're meant to be.
Yeah, because I was just thinking of back in the Disney, as the cool kids say. I think it was something about German White Dwarf 1920 up. There was a scenario of blood angels hunting down a war of orcs, and all they found were Tyranids that already have eaten the orcs, and there was a little short story in there of Blood Angel finding an orc which's head was finally dissected by a Lictor's Lobo tentacles.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wait, okay. Is this Lobo tentacle term a thing? Like lobotomy tentacles? Like lobotomizing tentacles? I have never heard this term before.
Okay.
Flynn, have you seen this? Are they called Lobo tentacles?
No idea.
Is this a German thing?
It might be a German thing.
I don't know, but I know it's from the codex.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
I think it translates to feeder tentacles, right?
Mr. Pink, you have the codex. You could tell us what they are named in English. Were they always
feeder tentacles?
Feeder tentacles?
Yeah, they're feeder. Okay, yeah. So it's like your whole Symbio thing. So the thing, for anyone who doesn't know this, because I didn't know this, Symbio Joe's name is actually Gene Stealer Joe. Right? That's what the Symbio means, right?
Correct.
And it's actually a way better joke when you know that, because there's like alliteration there. Gene Stealer Joe, you know?
Where did I come from? Where did I go?
There you go. It's almost like he's a spoken word artist. But yeah,
I
I
see
didn't
what
know
you
that.
did there.
I didn't know that initially that was what the
Oh.
Symbio was talking about. But then I remember that I think Simon told me that gene stealers are called symbionts or something in German.
Yes.
Okay. So when I take these episodes and I edit
uh,
them down to be like podcast episodes, I make like some extra tracks for like funny stuff that we say all the time, and I have an extra track for German lessons. So clearly, I should rip this part and put it in the German lessons track.
Yeah, and I'm very concerned because GW is returning to direct or translations, and I'm not very happy with that because I fear that Gene Stealers might actually be turned into actual Genräuber
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit,
Oh no.
that would be
because Dark Reapers got a new translation to their name, which there
Uh-oh.
was no need for.
Uh-oh.
But could it also due to copyright in other countries like Germany? Like,
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know because their actual name was very Games Workshop as they were Schwarze Kinder, which already had Cain in their name, which
Oh.
is the war god of the Dark Elves, as I remember.
Yeah, and Eldar, right?
got a death.
Floppy A, I'm not in the laundry basket. Flynnhammer is enjoying all the lavender smell right now.
Yes.
Look, Nick, I think you actually might like that because
Wait, let's introduce. You gotta introduce these things while you. Oh my God! Look at that mouth.
yeah,
Look at this bad boy.
Crab mouth from Half-Life.
I forgot that I built a screamer killer. That was my take.
I love it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, he looks so good. Yeah, make sure you like let us know about introduce your Tyranids as you're cleaning them on screen.
Yeah, those are Tankafexes.
Oh, I remember those dudes.
Those were well, Hive Moloch. It's really a shame that he's not here today. We both went to a campaign weekend in Nottingham, and they were reenacting the Second Tyrannic War.
Mm-hmm.
And for that occasion, they introduced a bunch of different units. One of them was the Talon Horror, but they also introduced these Tankafexes, which would be a little bit like the plasma bugs from Starship Troopers.
Yep.
So these would be Carnifexes, which were slightly lighter armored,
Mhm.
but they would have like a heavy flamethrower kind of thing.
Mhm.
So you would shock them, so they would dig out of the earth at some point. And yeah, my idea was at some point like hiding all weaponry in the chest.
Yep.
So like having the sacks on the back of the beast would be, to protect them, and making the weapon sort of withdrawable into the chest
Yeah.
cavity to hide it during the digging process, so it doesn't, take any damage.
Yeah, which is smart.
I actually built some. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a very tiny pilot flame at the top of it.
Cool.
And they're
I
like
can't really
hoses.
see, but
Yeah, that's that was so you. I was always a fan of two. So if you have a unit, I always try to build it twice.
yeah.
Because then you could experiment more with the design, and especially when you look at those mouths, you could improve the second time. You can easily see which one is the first and which one is the second. So this is the first where I tried it out if it works, and here's the second because it has like an extra row of teeth and more teeth.
Yeah.
Because I sort of found out that it works, and then I got brave and changed a bit of the positions and everything. Yeah. Oh, and I see that its tail is broken, but yeah, those are the tank effects.
Cool. Did you already show the Talon Horror? Did I miss it?
No. I will stick to your advice and then announce now all the miniatures.
Good man.
Nick, Darth Bob wants to know what you're working on today.
Oh, I'm working on my long-running Lictor commission that I need to do for someone. So people are probably familiar with this big ugly, the super Death Leaper dude. But I also have to do 2 baby brothers to go with him. So I'm working on the baby brothers. One of them is like standing proud, screaming at people, shooting things in their faces, and the other one is creeping on some Tyranid scenery. If I can remember where his feet are supposed to go. Creeping on some Tyranid scenery. So they're going to be the 2 little Death Leapers to go along with the big daddy Death Leaper. Yeah, so he's almost done. So I got to catch up with the little guys.
Yeah, so how was your week, guys?
It's a good question. Symbio, how was your week?
I got some painting done on my Genestealer Cult Death Corpse of Krieg.
Nice.
Only 3 miniatures left to paint, which I hopefully start tonight. And yeah, that is all I've done this week because I did not get very far.
Yeah. I did not get very far at all. I've done very little to nothing hobby this week. I keep meaning to, but I have not. So I'm glad to be doing some hobby today. My life has been a bit crazy lately. I just accepted a new job.
Hey!
Yay! Which is good news on a whole bunch of different fronts. But the only place where it's possibly not great news is that I will no longer be able to stream at this time on a Friday.
Oh
Because
no!
this is the time when I finish work on a Friday now. Whereas before I was like working from home, I could start my days early. Now I will be in office and won't be home until like an hour from now. So we need to make some decisions about if we are moving the creature conference time, what kind of time works for people. We don't have to make those decisions now, but
yeah,
there will be decisions to be made. So like, well, actually, if people are here and they have like suggestions, I was playing with the idea of, because our time zones are all challenging to get to overlap, moving it from from Friday to either Saturday or Sunday. And then that might open up more of the day, like to possibly do it earlier. I don't know. So if anyone has votes, they can feel free to throw them in the chat for whether they would prefer a creature conference on a Saturday or a Sunday. But we gotta discuss it with amongst ourselves and figure out what might work for people. Because I could do it on Friday, but the problem is I'd have to start an hour later, and that's super late for Germans.
Well, I have the opportunity then to get a shit-faced an hour longer, so no problem for me.
I'm a little more worried about the guy who has kids.
Yeah.
The war.
And a wife that needs him to support with kids.
Boring. Who could that be?
Who knows? But also, like, I don't know, like starting a stream at 11 p.m. at night, I don't know if that's anyone's great. And especially on a Friday after you've had a long week at work, that's not a good plan. It's not helpful for anyone.
So we've already got people saying Saturday. James Miller says congratulations on the new job.
Thanks, James.
Peter Hansen says Saturday. Dwarfinish says Saturday, so we can finally catch the streams. Pedro Navarro, Mr. Bagman says weekend. What time, guys? As questions.
Yeah, so like conceivably, if we were to do it on a Saturday, we could start earlier because I'm free in
Yeah.
the middle of the day, but I just know that Hydra's got a bedtime routine to deal with. But we don't have to talk about this now. We can talk about this later. But
Yeah.
that's good to hear from the chat that Saturdays sounds like a good plan for people. And then we might actually get the North American people who can't make this one because it's so early North American time. But yeah, we can
Okay.
figure that out. Because I'm also aware that like people might have like social commitments on a Saturday night, like if it's going more into nighttime for you guys, whereas me it's like afternoon, I could probably swing it. But so we'll
Just
see.
in case you were wondering, these were back in the day called devil fexes
Oh, nice.
because
Yeah, the horns give them a real Daredevil vibe. Just
yes,
reverse Daredevil because he has no eyes and they have 3 on each side.
yeah, and they were the horror because they had like all the shooting power. They were unstoppable.
They call
And
duck
because
effects.
yeah, but I duck affixes was the term everyone used, and I wanted something different, and I liked how the horns looked like, so I dubbed them devil fexes.
It's also the case that Devourer Gaunts are called Devil Gaunts, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it was something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I like the as much as I like the loadout, the weapon loadout, I really hated the look of a Carnifex with those two tiny arms like so yeah, well, looking through my box, I have built apparently a shitload of those because here's another one, and here's another one. So so
Yeah,
head
they were the hot
3.
shit at the time.
yeah, but you can again see a certain progression. So this was the first one I built. So going for this big gun thing he's carrying around, and the horns. And when I built my army for that second Tyrannic War, I was, as I said, all about this chest opener, as you can see here, and I wanted to look them similar. So I built new dagger fixtures.
Oh.
So I didn't just take the old ones, but as the digging one doesn't really have eyes, the shooty one needs lots of eyes, and he has all the eyes in the world. But I wanted them to look kind of working next to each other.
Yeah.
So I gave them sort of the same stance, like thinking of the Hive fleet, trying different things um, with the same body.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was again the evolution within or taking a model and building it once, learning things, and then doing it differently on the second one. So this is the boring brother. Like he has a regular mouth and everything.
Yeah.
Um, and so this is the dynamic brother. So he has like the big screaming mouth and
Yeah.
like
Oh man, the devil horns work so well. That's like giving me strong Doom vibes with the screaming mouth, with the tiny beady eyes, with the big horns. Like that looks like a demon right out of Doom.
possibly. I think I never played Doom, but yeah.
It looks like
Uh,
that. You just created it. And I like the horn on the end of his tail for slashing people.
yeah.
Mm.
And what I like to do was, trying to depict different scenes of, Tyranid absorption of the planet. So
Oh, on the base.
here have a ultramarine being eaten by Tyranid worms.
I dug out my one devil fex and I was like, what are you saying about my wimpy little arms? Pew 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 pew.
Oh,
And
there
to
you go.
note, the only reason that these arms work is because I pulled a Hive Fleet Moloch and I relocated the arm socket. This used to
Yeah.
be the arm socket and I covered it over. So there's one socket here. But Moloch, Marco, when he first like converted his Carnifexes, he did a Devour effects and he mounted the arms in like the chest area rather than having them like up here in this other socket. And I think that really works because the arms are not that long. Like I've modified these a bit, but if you have them up here, then they're just kind of like beside the creature's head, and like they're kind of competing with the head for length. So I think that this helped. And then they're, instead of being in a line like this, the two arms, they're in a line like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It very adds to the forward dynamic of the whole model.
Yes, I agree. But I love
So-
your long devours. They look so good.
And yeah, I found a use for the odd bit of the Tyranid of the Carnifex no one knew what to do with.
Oh, I love that.
So that
bit. Give it
was
to me.
Totally not pincer tail.
Send them all to me. I know what to do with them.
I.
Flynn, what were you
well,
gonna say?
So we've got some more congratulations for you in the
Oh,
chat.
thanks.
A Floppy says, big congrats on the new job. Have you considered just telling HR staff at the new place you're kind of a big deal on the internet and
Yeah,
YouTube will riot?
guys, I'm kind of a big deal on the internet, and I need to leave work at 3:30 on Fridays. I'm sure that'll go over real nice.
So, and Darth Bob asks, hey Hydra, how did you paint your carapace? The black almost looks iridescent in certain light.
It does. It does. I mixed black ink with blue ink with regular black to achieve that.
Nice.
Therefore, it's glossy, and depending on the light, it catches nicely. It gives that this carapace look. And as I apparently had to paint loads of Tyranids, I went to the lazy route, because if you have this glossy thing going on, you apparently don't need to highlight anything. At least that's what I did tell myself back then. So here is what I used to use for Tervigons. Basically is a Trigon upper body mounted on Carnifex legs. And yeah. And like my favorite Carnifex head, the Bioplasma head. And some, I think it was tissue pulled over styrofoam balls or anything like that to get
Oh, that
this
worked really well.
egg structure, like the skin structure in the back.
Yep.
And the fun thing about these guys is that I have seen them again, because Mr.
What?
Pink has been you have been so kindly to forward this certain dude on, what was it, Reddit?
Reddit, yeah. So this post came up on Reddit, and I was just like, I'm not as good at Reddit as I feel like I should be, but every so often I'll duck into the Tyranids forum on there. And there was this guy, and he posted this warrior, and he was like, does anyone know what Hive Fleet scheme this is? Because I've been looking everywhere and I can't find it, and I want to replicate it. And lo and behold, it was Hydra's scheme. And not very many people have copied Hydra's scheme, so I was like super shocked to see this model. So do you want to tell the rest of the story? So I sent it over to Hydra.
Yeah, you forwarded him to me, and he did not just have the warrior, but he apparently has bought off part of a swarm on eBay from a German seller.
Mm-hmm.
And when I played Tyranid, I was working at Games Workshop, so I had two friends and colleagues who wanted to start Tyranids with me. So what we did was we built. I invented the paint scheme to use for us three. So I had invented the recipe, and they just copied it, and so we had three Tyranid armies looking in the same paint scheme. So when we ever rolled up on an event, we were like, we could we looked like impressive, and when we placed our army next to each other, that looked pretty cool, because it suddenly looked like a massive swarm.
Nice.
And best of all was each of us could concentrate on units that he wanted. Because I never cared much for Raveners. And my friend Marcel did very much. He loved them. And so those were the metal Raveners, mind. Yeah, so not the plastic ones we got later. And he He built. I don't know. I cannot recall what the maximum size was. Was it 6 or
I
8
think it was
maybe?
9. No,
9.
9 per unit.
9
I
per
think
unit.
so.
Yeah, I think he built like a Revnor maxed out list.
Yeah.
So whenever I felt the need for Revnor in a list, I could go to him and just borrow a bunch. And
This is so smart. This is a really good idea. I never
Yeah,
heard this part of the story.
we were a true collective. So
Yes.
so in the end, like I had 3 Tervagons, and my friend had also 3 Tervagons. So whenever we were like, I don't know, played Apocalypse or something like that, we had 6 Tervagons on the field, and
Oh god.
that was you could not buy the Tervagon model for a very, very long time, and so
It
I
still wasn't
tried
out,
to,
right? This was when the Codex came out without that model.
yeah. So I tried to invent something that was easy for people to replicate.
And
Yeah.
did you convert all the Tervagons for the army, or like you converted a first one and then they converted their own?
I converted the first one, and then
Yeah.
we kind of started. I did kind of a concept and told them how to build it and what I used
Yeah.
for what, and they
Yeah.
built just along.
Cool.
Yeah, and especially the skin texture recipe worked for them as well. So, of course, it still looks a little bit different when you look at the ones that have been sold on eBay there.
Yes.
But yeah, it when you place them next to each other, it still works.
Alright, so we've got Zheng,
Oh, Jung's
Yeah,
here. Hey,
Jung.
buddy.
Ji Zheng, and says, "Congrats on the new job, Mr. Pink. And it was a pleasure keeping you in coffee while you talked and finished painting those devil Fex's Hydra."
Yeah, I needed to finish them on site. Like we we talked.
I'm not surprised.
We were sitting in that hostel and I needed to finish those, and Jun was there. So when Jun is here, I should pull out the Talon Horror.
Well, Darth Bob also wants to see it, but
Yeah. So this is not the Talon Horror.
tease. Well, that looks a
yeah.
little broken.
Yeah, this dude is, well, there are all kinds of things broken in here. This is a box I have kept for, I don't know, 10 years,
Oh wow. Okay.
15 years, like, and they just moved and moved. Oh look, I made a flying tyrant.
Whoa, what's that? That skin color is really interesting.
Yeah, I
That head
apparently
looks good. I love
Yeah, it
that the
works.
junk that you forgot you created and that you just pull out of the bottom of a box somewhere are better than our like showpiece models that the rest of us create. You're like, oh man, look at this Tyranid model that I was using to keep my door open. Look at this masterpiece. Oh shit, man, I was digging in a box. I was using this to scratch my back earlier. Man, I forgot I even made this guy.
Yeah. Well, this looks like I did not know that I have a plastic tyrant.
Yeah.
And it looks like I was at the end of my enthusiasm for Tyranids, because this scheme looks really different,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like I just tried something and
Yeah.
I did it not very good. But I like the head.
Yeah, and I like the skin tone.
Yeah, it
But of
looks like
course, I
yours.
would say that it's close to mine. Sort of.
I should paint it in your schemes.
Oh, do it! Oh, dude, I will pay you. Don't joke, because I will pay your ass.
Even if you don't get them?
Hopefully I get them.
First,
Wait,
I have
wait.
to mold those teeth, and I have to find the bits that go in here, because apparently there need to go some claws on that chest. But I glued in
don't
that
care.
weird piece.
Oh, you built it properly. Good man.
Yes.
Um,
So,
I was
Yeah.
going to say,
Yeah.
Floppy has said top 10. Here's one I made earlier, moments with Hydra.
like in the baking shows where it's like, oh, I put this one in the oven earlier. Here we go.
That's Blue Peter.
Okay, there
Oh.
you are. The little one. The Talon Horror.
The Tyranid that launched 1,000 ships.
Wasn't that
And
script?
he's broken, man. Oh.
Oh, damn. That's sad. Can you move him up a bit? He's just on the edge of the frame. Show us
There
him
you
in
go.
all his glory.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So this was another one of those custom units that Tempest Fugit. Isn't that the name of Tempest Fugitives? Aren't those the guys who ran the tournament?
Yes.
These guys were real smart, man. Like I don't know what other stuff they've done, but they're like Tyranid. They were up on Tyranid shit. Like they had like rules for dominatrix, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They were smart guys. They knew what the hell they were doing. I think that probably Bargeist was secretly working with them because they had all kinds of good ideas. But yeah, tell us about the Talon Horror part of their rule set.
So the Talon Horror was a concept piece by Jess Goodwin, and they kind of try to go back and put different back in the day Tyranids into this rule set. And yeah, one of them was this creature called the Talon Horror, which was supposed to be a super fast, super aggressive close quarter specialist. And I think that was basically all the information that were given.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to go to the maximum creepy, and this was the first time I sculpted the torso from scratch. So I used apparently Carnifex hips and Carnifex legs.
Mm-hmm.
And as it was back in the day, those feet were based on the monstrous what was it called? Monstrous weapon sprue.
Yes.
They have those monstrous scything talons, which work perfectly for large joints for feet. And I feel like the arms were taken from the swarm from a blob. What's his face? Tyrant from the swarm tyrant, Hive tyrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted. Oh, okay. Now looking at it, it all comes back. I wanted the like leg, like as it is supposed to be super fast, and muscles are apparently what makes us fast. I wanted them to be seen on this model because when they tense, they swell in size.
Yeah.
And if you are stuck in a carapace, a swelling muscle, and a shell doesn't really work so well. So I wanted the muscle tissue to be seen outside the shell of the carapace. Well,
Can
of
you
the
bring that closer to the camera? The muscle part? Or like angle it?
endoskeleton. Hang on.
Ooh. Ooh. Gotcha. Damn, it's cool. I've got the sketch, the Jess sketch. Talon Horror, July 1993. Wow, that's old.
Yeah. And he is like, so I wanted him to have this crouch pose, like ready to strike in an instant. And as you can see, very tiny down there, this is the Tyranid Snail.
What?
So in one of the Warhammer Fantasy sprues, I think it was either the Empire or Bretonians, they had a little snail as just an extra bit. And I took this snail and painted it my Hive fleet scheme and put it on the base just for funsies and to have like the maximum contrast of super speed and super slow Tyranids.
Oh, nice.
And they had this Empire statue dudes.
Yeah.
And apparently with a backpack, they make Space Marines. Yeah, and looking at it, what I like is this extra bit I added to the shoulder.
Yeah. It's hard to
I'm
see.
not
Can you
too big
turn
of
it
a
around a bit? Oh, what is it? Oh, is it like a? Oh, it's like it looks like a sport chimney or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think I just glued it there, and it worked. It kind
Yeah.
of makes the arm longer than it is and
Yeah.
more alien because here
Yeah.
is the socket and the arm goes further. I think that's a little bit no, probably straight off ripped Giger. Yeah, that was the Talon Horror, and what a fun build.
So, Simon.
Yes.
Everyone in the chat is telling us how old we are.
Yes, I know. We're fucking old.
No, because I said the sketch was from 1993.
Yeah.
And James Milner's like, God, that's as old as me. And then Peter Hampson predates me by 3 years. Dwarfenage, 2 years older than me.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I know why Marco is not around.
Yeah.
Hey, are you saying he's dead? What the hell?
No, he would be amused by how young we are still compared to him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, man, I'm pretty old. 1993 is 11 years after I was born. I conceivably could have started 40K by then, but I think I started like 4 years later, 3 years later.
1993.
There you go. Brad Evans was 4 in 1993.
I was a twinkle in
There
someone's
you go.
eye.
There you go. Symbio, how old are you, man? I have no idea.
What?
How old are you, roughly? I have no idea. Older
Well,
than Flynn,
in
younger than me?
1993, I was 10 years old.
Oh, shit, you're older than me. That would explain why you wanted to do the whole Kickstarter thing way back when. You had the experience. You were already a businessman by then.
No, I just thought that no one else but the Hive mind could pull such a thing, and I was proven wrong.
Oh.
So, look, Jones, I did a chest-mounted arm as well.
Nice. That looks good. That's like a good, like, sprinty pose.
Yeah,
What was that guy?
Probably just experimenting on super dynamic carnifexes.
Yeah.
Making them more agile.
Nice.
Using the recipe I had used for the Talon Horror as feet again.
Where am I going to get more of those scything talons? Because I could not get rid of them fast enough when they were current because I thought they looked gross. But they are so good as feet.
Yeah, they work pretty well, especially since they have these three sides that make so well for three claws.
Also, if you look at the forearm that thing mounted to, the kind of like the armor plates on it are really nice. Like that whole like forearm bit that the scything talon mounted to. Man, they're good.
And I apparently experimented with adding more claws to a scything talon. Because I am not sure if you can see that.
Yeah.
They're
That's good.
They're more
as
claws.
you would see in Roberto's sketches.
Yeah.
You're a man ahead of your time.
Huh. Yeah, I need to glue this dude together, but he needs a decent pin.
We probably will see this, but I'm asking anyways. When the Medusa campaign came around, you did some sort of scything horror, but it was crawling down a pipe or something, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Is that
you
your
mean
lictor? No.
It was a lictor kind of creature, yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure right now.
Was the Medusa campaign the city fight one?
2006 was it? It's the one where the Death Leaper came out and the new and current viable model came out.
But you're not mixing me with Malcolm, right? Because he had like a pipe thing and I had a column.
No, it was your color scheme 100%.
Okay.
Also, talking of city fight and cities of death, as we saw on some of your models, the old cities of death terrain which was great terrain and still holds up to the day, and I think is a little bit more gothic and grimdarker as the modern terrain is.
Oh, the like walls and doors and stuff like that. They had those like really
And you
square,
even
thinny
had
walls.
lanterns.
Yeah, yeah. They were like the tall, skinny walls, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this one.
Yeah,
That one right there.
yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
That was the design that Box picked up and just made it better. Like his version of this looks just so much cooler than mine. But yeah, oh, the Medusa campaign, yes, that's what I built my warrior list for.
Let me
Yeah.
try and get your video larger, Hydra, because this stuff is good and people need to see it.
Oh, yeah. Dorfin says he likes the mouths on the models a lot. Brett Evans has said, if Symbio Joe is on the stream, then who's going to donate money?
Symbio Joe's donating his time.
Which is way
Okay,
more valuable than money.
Hydra or Simon.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, move it up a little bit. And to the right. To your right. Oh, is that right or left? The other way? Yeah, there. That is perfect. And maybe a little lower. Like then you're like perfect. Like if you can kind of like set some kind of mark for yourself that if you show it there, you're like right in the middle of the frame.
Yeah. Flip the hair a little bit.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
kissy
yeah.
face.
Pout the lips.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Money shot.
Yeah.
And
like...
Diana's... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
So Diana's come in with the clutch words of like, subscribe, and share the stream.
So Symbio Joe's not here to donate money, but Diana's here to make sure we make more money in future by supporting the channel. Oh yeah. Marco will be so happy about his yacht. That's what he's going to do. He's going to be like, I wasn't there. How did the yacht fund go?
What yacht fund? It's
Probably,
been embezzled.
Oh,
It's
there
been
we have
embezzled.
another classic.
Yeah, talking
Great.
about shooting tyrants.
Oh, nice. Okay, higher. Move it up, move it up. Yeah, that's where you want to clean. Man, I love the use of the death spitters for the vents.
Now clean it slower. Yeah.
Yes, dirty, dirty bug. You
Mm.
dirty, dirty bug. Where's my extreme Slanesh content sign?
Yeah, and what I just realized that I asked you the other day about like a third limb. No, a
What?
third, not a third limb, but a third joint.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that.
Yeah,
Wasn't
so
Bargaze talking about using a third joint?
I have it here. Like I have 1, 2, 3, and then there's the rest.
Oh.
Yeah,
Tricky.
and it was horrible talking to Bargaze because he was explaining his lictor, how it unfolds, and from that point forward, I could not unsee how stiff Tyranids look.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think we
Infected
need
you
that
with
sign.
an ideational virus. Why? Because he was talking about how stiff Tyranids are?
But
No, he was just explaining his conversion, and I was like, oh shit, Tyranids really look stiff with only their 3 joints.
It's okay, Flynn. I got the joke.
Stiff with 3 joints.
Like an arm, a Tyranid arm only has 3 joints, and like that it could look better with another joint, like you've added there.
Yeah. You know, I'm not very good at English, but that sentence could be mistaken as well.
Yeah,
Look.
that's the joke that Flynnhammer was trying to make. Anytime you talk about something being better when it's stiff, you know, it's
I was more talking about the joint. And being stiff.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wacky tobacco, I get you. Jazz
That's
cigarettes.
now obvious.
And I, funny guy that I am, I enjoyed sticking Hormogon Scything Talon to Conifex.
How many Hormogon boxes did you buy just to like steal all their sighting talents? Because you use those a lot. And I always remember
Well,
thinking that they were such like precious bits.
But
You know,
they were
like-
mixed back in the day.
Yes. I don't
Oh,
need
shit,
to.
I forgot.
You could not buy Termagants or Homogons. You had to buy Termagants and Homogons.
Jesus, I forgot about those days. Yeah, they were in one blended box. Man, that was weird.
Here's leftover Gene Stealer. Look at that. He looks better with Homogon Scythe and Talons. Surprise!
Everything looks better with Hormogon sighting talents.
That's right. And at some point, I made an albino Gene Stealer.
Oh. Interesting. Because you didn't want to paint it?
No, he's painted. I think I just wanted to try out something different.
Cool.
And yeah, he's the oddball. And he gets mobbed by the others all the time.
Bullied?
And yeah, this sad piece of trash is what.
What?
was
That's
I-
a beautiful piece of trash.
Yeah, but it's broken into more pieces than I care for.
Uh-oh.
It's the baby fan. There was this.
Yay!
Yes, that was the hot new shit when it was invented. I have one of those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I made one of those to say, and
had it?
I actually had to use pieces of the Bio Titan as the original, the OG work was.
You mean like the
Epic.
Hierophant? Epic, yeah?
Yeah, what Hydra is holding right now, they're back in the day, someone popped up with a conversion, and he used the scything talons and the legs of the epic Titan.
Yeah. I remember that.
I can post. Well, I plan to post someday this Carnifex back. Well, I can show it.
Yes,
Yeah.
do it.
Go on.
But
Oh wait, but
well,
no, hold on. Before you show it, we should do your thing. Because you're all set up, right?
Well, I'm not sure if I can show it because my camera is only optimized to show faces apparently and not miniatures.
Well, aren't we gonna show your face for the thing?
Yes, yes, of course we will.
Want to do it
But I'm afraid I have to hijack all your video capacity for full viewer enjoyment.
now? Okay, one sec.
Do that. No one wants to see how I'm gluing this poor bastard back together.
No one wants to see me sculpting Tyranid joints.
No one sees me anyway.
Okay. All right, do
Wait, you get
stream?
paid for this?
There's no talk of
Okay,
pay,
so
there's
I
just
guess
sight.
it is time for journalism.
Yeah, so Symbio Joe came on back when we were doing the Parasite of Mortrex thing, and he did such a ridiculous bit of madness that I asked him if he wanted to do it again because it was fun. Are you ready?
Yes. Let me.
Do I have to accept a
see.
stream or what's the deal?
Wait a sec. I think. Wait, how did I do this? Fifth member. Wait a second. I. Yes, this one. Exactly. Haha.
Okay. Wait. Let me fix some things. Where's your flaky background, buddy?
Wait. Why
Oh,
do
you've
I
got
have
a thing.
flipped
Oh my
background?
god, you've got like a. Oh my god, you've got a crawl. Okay.
Yes, of course I have a crawl. I'm a journalist. I have a news channel.
Oh my god. This was
Only
a mistake.
this is Hive Wars News. Only bringing you the real news.
Why are you in part of? Oh, okay. Is this part of your setup?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Somebody make the Wayne's World. I'm just trying to see if I'm cutting off part of your screen that's going to be important. Nope, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we see the crawl good enough on the stream.
Okay, we have now we'd like to welcome our intrepid Tyranid reporter, Symbio Joe, who is out on the street. Symbio, have you been talking to people about the impending Tyranid Codex release, the impending Parasite and Mortrex release? What have you got for us?
No, I have not, because that is not of interest to anyone. Stupid rules by stupid GW. Who would do that?
Okay. Tell us what you're into then.
What I did was going out on the street and asking people, what is your favorite crustacean, and did you choose it for your Tyranid Hive fleet, and is that the reason why you have not painted any of your Tyranids? And the response was remarkable, Nick.
Okay.
So let me get into these crusty crustaceans. What we have first is the clown crab.
Yeah.
Because marine biologists are not very creative. As soon as it has orange and red and white and black in its color scheme, it is already a clown. And I have to say, I've never seen a clown looking like that. Same with the clownfish. So, yeah, fun with that. So, if you think your Tyranids should look like that and you have the skills, please go along. But I know a lot of people did not. Moving along, another very popular crab. Oh, well, not a crab. It is the violet spotted reef. What's the violet spotted reef? Oh man, very professional of me. Well, it is a
Mantis
violet
shrimp?
spotted something. Very interesting color scheme. If you want to do it, go full blast. I would love to see Tyranids looking like that, to be honest. And of course, those were the two odd ones out. We have, of course, the crowd favorite, and that is the coconut crab. A lot of people are very proficient when it comes to the coconut crab color scheme. It is a very good color scheme because the coconut crab encapsulates everything that is Tyranid, because it eats everything that cannot get away fast enough, and it is a very, very huge crab.
That's a pretty good Tyranid theme.
Yes, I think of all of the crabs, it is the most popular one. Coming to the number one, the color scheme that really tricks you into thinking, oh yes, that I want my Tyranids to look like that. And of course we have it in the current Tyranid Codex to make at least one reference to the new Tyranid Codex. That is, of course, the Mantis Shrimp.
Yes.
Woo! Mantis Shrimp lovers in the house! Yeah!
To quote true facts about animals, even octopi, who are pretty badass themselves, do not fuck with these little psychopaths. And that is 100% true. If you want something that screams, you are dead, the Mantis Shrimp, or aka Pistol Shrimp, is the go-to color scheme. Very, very difficult to paint, in my opinion, but you have an example in the new Tyranid Codex.
Are you shitting me?
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, is that one page that we
the
saw where...
non-studio color scheme we were talking about.
Right. Also, for anyone who wasn't paying attention to the crawl on this whole thing, you missed out on half of the joke, because there's some fantastic shit down there. My favorite was Creature Conference is no longer #1 internet shit show after some asshole complains about USA Golden Demon.
Well, moving along, coming to the least
Oh my god, there's
popular,
more!
very,
Shit.
very easy color scheme, the purple crab. And I think it is more in the Slaneshi realm of things, but I think it works very well for Tyranids, and people should try it out.
I recommend not introducing crabs to any of your Slaneshi trying out, because that will not end well.
It depends if you're into it. Slanesh is very open to every sensation there is, so you're pretty quick to judge here, Nick.
Every sensation, you say.
Yes, every sensation.
This is
And
actually a really beautiful scheme right here. This is some hot shit.
yes, as I said, it is not a very difficult one, I think, but especially with contrast colors, but not a very popular one, I think. So that was me going out to the street and talking to the people, and I also did some real research, so to say, and my colleagues at the Non Queen Insider made a study and asked, how do you plan to inject parasites in the future? Which is a very interesting question, as we are talking about, well, the parasite of Mortrex
Yeah.
and parasites in general, which can be very disgusting. And, well, let's say if you are at the faint of heart and do not enjoy the very, very well documentaries of BBC about parasites, if you really get really fast the itches when it comes to parasite, you might do something else right now. So,
Uh-oh.
Hive queens were non-queens were asked, how do you plan to inject parasites in the future? And surprisingly, a lot of the non-queens did not prefer the stinger, which is odd because the stinger is everywhere, even in the
Yeah.
parasite Mortrix. But the reasoning was, if you have a stinger, you have to adjust it to your enemy's armor. It is a tube and very fragile. You might lose your stinger in while stinging, so to say. Also, some non-queens were not happy with the size of the stinger, and I only can say that is due to cold weather.
Okay.
Another thing that was more popular is a bite. A bite to inject parasites in your opponent. Way more popular because you can get more force behind it, inject more, but you have to be in close quarters, which is of course preferred by the older Norn queens in quotation marks, because there are no old or young Norn queens. It is just measured by the time of appearance. So Behemoth, Kraken, they want the bite. All the other Norn queens prefer something else, and that is of
Also,
course the
with a
projectile.
I was gonna say with a bite, you get a little bit of you get a little taste of your opponent. You get a little bit of intimacy there. You get to see what they taste like. That's a pretty good choice. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it is. The projectile is of course a more preferable option. We all love and know the Devourer. You just shoot something at your opponent. The thing penetrates the armor, goes in, and I don't know if that is close enough or equal to the next option, and that is openings that are already existing. I leave that to your own imagination.
Apparently, Diana has to stop watching because she has a cold and the laughing is making her cough.
Puffing
Good
is
word.
good. It gets rid of the mucus. So if it does not hurt,
This is getting pretty
puffing is the
Slaneshi
best
again.
medicine. And those of you who are really proficient at math know, wait, there is missing 1%. And that 1%, of course, it goes to make another reference to the new codex, Psi teleportation. Just teleportate with Psi energy the parasite into your opponent. And I think that might be the future. Also using psionics is very risky, although we do not know how risky it is for Tyranids. And yeah, that was the research the Norn Queen Insider did in the course of the Hive fleets. And
Thank
that
you.
is my report for the Creature Conference. My name is Symbio Joe. Back to you, Nick.
Thank you so much, Symbio Joe, for sharing that important report with us. Wow, that was something else. Is what that was.
Yeah, that teleportation idea is is out there.
But very
That
now.
That teleportation idea is real. Did you see that?
Seriously? No.
Yeah, in the new codex, there's a psychic power that teleports a parasite into your opponent's brain. It births a Tyranid inside your the victim's brain, which is pretty crazy, but I like it.
I think it has a certain orc vibe to me.
Yeah, maybe.
Psychic powers amending the DNA in the brain to become a nid.
Oh,
Basically
it
what it
actually
is.
edits the DNA.
Yeah.
And makes it become a Tyranid. I don't know. I think it's original and cool.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm one of the old Norn queens. No,
Yeah.
I'm one of the middle-aged Norn queens because I like shooting things.
Yeah. You like using the openings that are already there?
Yeah. Why
That was
bother
amazing,
doing?
Symbio Joe. Thank you so much. I thought that initial parasite report was ridiculous, and how were you ever going to top it? But I think you did.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I did my best in the short time I had.
I asked Symbio Joe to be on the Creature Conference like on Wednesday or Thursday, maybe. So that is most impressive.
Yeah.
The crawl was brilliant.
Work there.
Okay, yeah. Anyone who didn't watch the crawl needs to go back and watch the recording of this episode and watch the crawl, because the thing at the bottom of the screen was half the joke.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if all the crawl went through because I was writing and writing and writing.
did.
And at some
I
point I
think it
was
did.
like, Symbio Joe, what are you doing? Please stop. So if you're watching the crawl and you were enjoying it from the start, which was, I think, biomass going down to, well, the lyrics of Journey, you have seen all the crawl.
Yeah, I like biomass up 4.9%, Space Marines down 58%. That was good.
My personal favorite is that Hive Fleet Moloch is
Embroiled in a yacht funding
scandal.
controversy.
I'm not commenting on it. I'm very sad that Marco is not around.
Well, hopefully Marco. We can tell Marco to watch the recording because he actually needs to do it this
And so
time. I don't know if he does normally, but
it was complete and utter coincidence I made that embezzling joke earlier as well.
yeah, good work.
We had no idea this was coming.
No, definitely not. Which is often the case with Symbio Joe. You have no idea what's coming until it does. And you have two options. Enjoy it or, well, there's only one option. Enjoy it.
I think my favorite part was the part about the Protonid showing up and
Drink.
No joking, it was Flynnhammer. That was amazing. So yeah,
I try to pack in all the inside jokes of the Tyranid conference so far. So
Did you
I think
refer to Brett Evans' drinking game that he made?
not to the drinking game, but to Brawl Arcane.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Apparently, it's replacing apple picking.
Why? No one can replace apple picking, but
Oh, apparently.
in my hobby time, you mean?
Even you replaced it.
Yeah. If you can't,
Yeah.
if you're replacing apple picking with Brawl, whatever, then it's officially dead.
No one's dead.
Okay. Well, it may have taken second fiddle to this new thing that I actually don't. What is this Brawl Arcane? This is the wizard fighting.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
okay.
an arena game where you can where you play a wizard and up to 3 minions, which fight another wizard and his 3 minions.
Yeah.
And the fun part is that it plays on a chessboard.
Yep.
Kind of board, and I think that makes it pretty great for remote playing.
Ah, because you can give like the directions like you would in chess.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's why I'm all into it, because my apple picking gaming partner is not very interested in apple picking right now.
What? That little jerk. Tell him to go to his room and think about what he's done.
Yeah.
A 4-year-old not concentrating on one task colored me shocked. I just my family has very good friends, and they have 2 little boys, and my sister was playing with one of the boys, and the mother and the friend was looking at the 2 playing, and the mother was 3, 2, 1, and the boy was off.
Oh wow.
Okay. More big bugs. I thought I was done with them by now, but apparently
I had a question, and I don't want to forget it.
Yeah.
What is the Smash and Bash 28 thing? I have no idea what the hell it is. Does anyone know?
I think it's a competition for sculpting, smashing, and bashing.
Okay.
So there's basically, you just, as I understand it, it's a competition where you take stuff and use the most random stuff and build it.
And who runs it?
I think Totally Not Panicking is part of it,
Okay.
but I have not. I've looked at the rules and what you can do there and all those things, and yeah, it's like you can do whatever.
Okay. Interesting.
You hear the sound.
It's
I'm
kid time.
mute for a minute.
Sure. And then you can show us more of your bugs when you get back. One thing that Dwarfenage helped me discover this week that I wanted to check with people in the chat. Does anyone remember the Necrotales blog? This was like a Tyranid, a guy who made really cool Tyranids around like 2006-ish, because that's when he won some golden demons. And I had forgotten this thing existed until Dwarfenage sent it through. And he had a scheme that was very much like the coconut crab scheme. Like pale Tyranids with like blotches and spots and stuff like that. Does anyone else remember this?
Okay, I'm back.
It was, as I recall correctly, a reference to a crab. Not a crab I have shown today, but I was very delighted that he showed it, because I already made my mind up about the crab show.
Oh, nice.
I see what you did there.
It is somewhere in the chat, I know.
The crab show.
Oh yeah, because that painting, maybe that painting tutorial, I think he references a crab in it.
Ah, there we go. So, who are you? The Calinicetus spaedus, the blue crab.
Oh, okay.
The blue crab.
Because naming is very creative with biologists. Yeah, look for the blue crab, and you know what he was referring to.
Okay.
But yes, he did the little spots. He did it a lot more delicate than the actual popular um, coconut crab scheme, and
Yeah.
he also put in a lot of patterns that are well, actually not on the crab, but
Yeah.
look really, really good.
How do people feel about the coconut crab scheme? Because I feel like this can be divisive in the Tyranid community.
How?
What do you feel? What do you think about the coconut crab scheme? Do you feel anything about the coconut crab scheme? Do you love it? Do you hate
Well,
it? Do you think
I
it's
think I
overdone?
won't paint anything like the coconut crab scheme because I think um, the reward for me the reward in comparison to what I have to do
Yeah.
is not there.
Yeah. That it's a lot of work for not a lot of reward?
Yeah, yes, for me it is like that, but when it's done, you have to respect the effort, to be honest. If I
Yeah.
see a coconut crab scheme done good, I can't say, well, it's not my cup of tea, but I have to respect the effort.
Isn't the whole thing with the coconut crab scheme though that it's not that hard? Like I thought that like you paint like this random amorphous blotch in the middle of the you paint your carapace all one color and then you paint this random amorphous blotch in the middle and then you paint these other blotches on either side of that blotch and then you just kind of like put in the dots to like blend the blotches into each other and then you're done? Like is that
I think
necessarily
Well,
more
it
work
is
than just
still a lot of
striping?
work.
But like Christ, like painting this crap is a lot of work. Like putting stripes on a carapace. You have to put all those stripes. Like maybe the dots are not more work. Maybe it's just equivalent. I don't know.
when you have the hang of it, it probably all turns into a mechanic
Yeah.
movement, which at some point gives you, certain speed. I know that because I have, when I look at all those Tyranids, how many
Yeah.
stripes I have painted in all those
Yeah.
years. And to me, it was in the end like a mechanic gesture.
Yep.
And that's my muscles luckily remember that movement up to date. And I
Yeah.
had friends, as I said, I had friends painting the same scheme, but they painted just a few conifexes and were then done with it. And I kind of stuck to it.
Yeah.
And they were like always, oh, the striping is the most exhausting part of the thing. And I
Yeah.
never felt it, because I was, at some point, I was quick.
You did enough of it that you trained yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting that point with like I don't like painting, but I'm getting to a point where I feel more confident with the striping that I have like a technique that I can replicate that isn't too mindless.
Yeah. And here's another of my favorites.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, bring it up a little bit. It's just on the edge of the field. There you go.
Like this.
Yeah. That's good.
At some point I experimented with different body shapes for trigons, because we all know the Forge World Trigon, which
Yeah.
was a beauty back in the day. And I wanted to because I never felt like the Trigon could actually dig with his scything talons. So I built a Trigon having hands that could dig. And those, I thought those were so clever from Games Workshop to make those mandible kind of parts, because
Yeah.
they would extend the mouth so wide and make it believable that when he shuts, he has this pointy bit that could actually crush through stone and
Yeah, like a
stuff like
drill
that.
bit.
Yeah. And then I thinking along those lines that you need to reduce your body shape. To squeeze through holes. Sorry, Slanishy contents here again. I went for the like with the Trigon kit. You had different arm sizes, and I took all the small arms and aligned them. So
Nice.
I think from looking from below, they look like something like from a From
An
a
insect?
crab.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no, more of a crab that moves like the Mantis Shrimp.
Yep.
Its feet are moving really fast, and that looks like it could actually, get material out of the way at a speed that would, make it appear like it's actually digging through stuff.
Yep.
And I tried to streamline the whole thing by reducing the vents and putting them just in the middle.
Good.
Yeah, and in my theory,
Yeah.
it had kind of some plasma going on up here, so to melt rock.
I love that, and I like that's the one thing that I don't love about the Tyranids that are supposed to be like digging through the earth, like Games Workshop's ones.
Yeah,
They have too many things sticking out of them. They don't look like there's aerodynamic. Can we have like geodynamic? Like they don't look like something that could easily pass through soil
yeah,
or rock or something like that, because all this stuff would snag constantly.
yeah. It would be in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like that you actually made a nod to that by making it more. But on the actual Trigon, aren't its chimneys short? I thought they were like shorter than normal.
Yes, they are.
So that's like one small nod, which is good.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I always love the Forge World model, because it has like different details.
Yeah,
Like when you look at those vents
they're very
uh,
flat.
at the back, they're very flat, and they have like little pipes in there,
Oh yeah, I
like
like
little
detail.
circles. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
And
I
I just
recommend sculpting those things in. Like when I do vents, I put some green stuff in the big empty hole and just kind of like poke it with a
yeah,
sculpting tool. Just like boop, 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 boop. And like that's enough to give it enough detail. So that it's not just a
that
big
makes
empty
sense.
hole. Yeah.
And what
But
I
like on
found
the new
was,
ones, they actually have that. Like the vents for the Zoanthrope and the Toxicrene, they have
okay,
detail in the vents.
oh, that's cool.
Sorry, you were saying?
No, I'm just musing half loud about the difference between the plastic Trigon and the Forge World Trigon.
Yep.
And the tail with the Forge World Trigon is so much cooler because it has those segments which are not carapace. When you
Ah.
when you compare to the Trigon from the plastic kit, it's all carapace, but it looks compared like fairly flat, like a flat,
Can you move those
almost
up a
like
bit?
a
We're not
centipede.
seeing the tails. They're just off the camera. There you go.
And here you have a way more rounded shape, like more of a tube, like a segmented tube that makes, at least to me, a little bit more sense. Has
Yeah.
more wormy feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they could not at that time probably could not replicate their texture on plastic, but yeah.
Yeah.
To say something redeeming about Games Workshop's design at the time, the Raveners, their scything talons are shaped a lot more rounder and look more
Yes.
pickaxey.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Those are
So
better.
they at least had that in mind.
Yeah.
However, the Ravners also have warrior heads.
Yes.
And how are you going to fit that thing through the earth? I don't know.
The new ones have. The old ones have second edition warrior heads.
Oh, the old ones did? You mean the wait? Which are you talking about? You're talking about like
Well, there were two pewter ones. When third
the
edition came
first
out,
pewter
we
one?
got
Yeah.
we got the Raveners, which were more snake-like,
Yeah.
and had very elongated heads.
Yeah.
And of course the old scything talons, which did
Yeah,
not
were
fit
flat
fit
and
at
not
all
great.
for digging. And the
Yeah.
new ones had the plastic warrior heads and scything talons fitting for the job.
Yeah. Wait a second. Question. I don't remember. In third edition, did Raveners already have the burrowing fluff, or was that introduced later? I think they were just
Now
fast in third edition.
Now I have to dart off to get the codex.
Okay. Thank you. Because I feel like that was introduced later. Like when they introduced the Trigon, they were like, oh, the Trigon burrows, and also the Raveners burrow. I don't
Or
know that
maybe.
that was in 3rd edition. They were just fast in 3rd edition, I think.
Okay, let's see. No, they were fast, but they did not have any shock troop rules, it appears.
Okay.
Quick question: what do you want to see?
Is Shock
Warrior?
Troop Deep Strike in German?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
They were just moving faster than anybody else, and they were they had a Space Marine bike price tag, but not the survivability of a Space Marine bike.
Gotcha. What do we want to see? Chat, what requests do you want to see from the Hydra, the High Fleet Hydra collection?
So what I have in to offer are Gene Stealers, a Gene Stealer Cult.
Oh, shit, Cult. I vote Cult, but let's see what the chat says.
A old Games Workshop miniature box with cobwebs on it. That has to be good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look into those. Oh Jesus! Okay,
Oh,
no
one
Tyranid.
thing. Sorry, one thing I wanted to say about the whole coconut crab thing. I've heard that some people like think that the coconut crab thing is overdone because, as Darth Bob noted, the artist who created it was catgut painting, and they do it pretty well. And then a lot of other people have just kind of like taken it and done it because it's easier for some people. But I think that I had this conversation with someone else in the Tyranid community who thought it was really boring and is tired of seeing it. But I made the argument that the kind of normal stuff we're used to seeing on Tyranids, where you stripe the carapace, could be considered old and boring because everyone does it. And I saw the coconut crab thing. Sure, if everyone does that exact brown and white scheme, that's boring. But I've seen other people who do like blue or like purple or like something like that, where they take the same pattern and they switch up the colors. And I think that in that way, it's just like taking the standard pattern of striations, like putting the lines on a carapace, because everyone does that. So let's have a new way of painting Tyranids where it's a different pattern on the carapace. And coconut crab could be one of those patterns. And then another pattern could be like the kind of stuff that like Ryan's Minis does, where or like from the really old Tyranid stuff, like 2nd edition early Tyranids, where they had like weird markings on their carapace. Like, they used to have those like purple marks or whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, so I think there's a lot of room for like Tyranids to have more kinds of markings on their carapace, and I just see coconut crab as one more style of marking on the carapace.
Well, I cannot feel negative about it because you are a Tyranid player, and aside from Godzilla, you have to play a lot of miniatures, and I cannot blame anybody for taking as much shortcuts as they can.
Good
and
point.
Of course, something gets popular, it spreads out, and of course you are tired of seeing it, but that is just a psychological effect that happens in our brain that does not make the color scheme bad or the technique bad. It just is a byproduct of how our brain works.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, and I have not seen these miniatures for aeons, for ages.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I have seen myself fed. I fed on those until I didn't want to see them anymore.
What? What do you mean?
Like I was fed up with them.
Ah, gotcha.
Ooh, I see an old school Ravener body in there.
Yes.
Flynn, what's the votes in the chat? What do people want to see? Well, what's that tentacly thing in the top left? That I'm interested in.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, it's one of those dudes. Whoops.
Yeah, but they were metal back then, and so it's chippy.
Yeah, I like the coloring though.
And they never had good rules. but yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently, I have 3 Reveners.
It's something.
Yeah.
You have more than
And I
3. Isn't that a bunch? Or are those warriors?
No, these are Reveners, and I have winged
Uh,
warriors with metal wings.
quick intervention. We lost Flynnhammer.
Oh shit. I think the 5th member may have stolen him. Yep, certainly. There's only 3 of us in this chat now. Okay. Darth Bob says Flynn has been taken by Rick Priestley. You did warn us, Symbio, that he was on his way home.
Yeah, and now he's doing his laundry, and now Flynnhammer is stuck in the washing machine.
Symbio, can you take over looking at the chat till Flynnhammer gets back and let us know what people are voting to see?
Like a very nosy cat. Oh my god. I hope he's well.
Symbio, can you take a look at the chat and see what people want to see from Hydra's collection?
Okay, well, I try to. I have to do some catching up, I guess.
Just scroll right down to the bottom.
Okay. I searching for question marks. James Miller, any Biowars?
Biowars. Oh. I think I have 1. But I cannot remember where. I will eventually get to that. But oh wait. Well, not necessarily Biowars, but when the Hive guards were introduced, they didn't have models as well, and I built some of those which were pretty much Biovory.
Yep.
First need to get that glue stick on that lictor. Yeah. So while you guys were chatting, I just dug out those Reveners, and yeah, I apparently have used an old tail from an old Revener.
It's a good tail.
Yeah, I just used the
tail.
No,
that's the Red Terror tail.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got those pincers on the end.
Yeah. Well, I don't own the Red Terror itself, but I made a model for it.
Nice.
Yay. And I have like all kinds of winged madness here. The problem with those wings is this unit was shit from the very beginning because they had just armor save 5 plus, which was pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Yes, and
oh yeah, Warriors, for anyone who missed it, Warriors had a 5+ armor save for a long time.
Well, they could upgrade it to the 4+ for way too much points.
But you couldn't do that if they were flying, right?
That.
What's that, Simon?
I think you needed to well, I always upgraded that 4+.
You weren't allowed to do it if the model was flying. A flying Hive Tyrant couldn't have a better armor save. And a flying warrior couldn't have a better armor save. So yeah, 5+, congratulations.
And therefore, this flying warrior unit was one of the most expensive units I built because getting those Morati Pegasus wings were horribly expensive.
$10 a model, isn't it?
Sorry?
Wasn't it like 8 to 10 euros a model per wing?
Yeah.
Or like per set of wings?
Yeah. Something like that. And yeah. And then for a bunch of life points that were easily shot down by a bolter, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or a rocket launcher because instant death was still around.
Oh, instant death! I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. But I experimented a bit with the faces by making a crossover of warrior heads and gene stealer heads.
Oh.
So this is the gene stealer head which did not have eyes.
Yeah.
And at some point I made a split jaw.
Nice.
To make it even more creepy. Yeah. Kind of like them, but I think I played this whole unit once and then they went into eternal eternal hiatus.
Oh man.
Darth Bob, are you referring to me and my Creek dudes, or to someone else? Because that is one of the left questions in the chat, as far as I can see.
What's the
And
question?
yes, Tyranids had very, very shitty saving throws through the editions. I
Yeah.
mean, now Gene Stealers have a 4+ invulnerable save.
Serious?
What?
Wow.
Power creep, hello!
Okay, good that I have so many of them. Oh, Jesus.
Yes, that's what he said, Dwarfenet.
What? My
I
stream
don't
is
know.
not loading. Okay, so
Darth Bob was actually referring to Hydra.
What is the question? We don't see the question. Can you read it to us?
Can we see that cult guy converted from the Creek dude with the banner?
okay.
Deep cut.
Yeah, so you are asking for the cult.
Cult.
Yes,
Cult.
Darth Bob
Cult.
wants the cult.
So do I.
Okay, let's make the transition because every cult starts with gene stealers.
Oh my god, really? Okay.
Of course. As it
And-
is good tradition.
And I played my cult. Well, my cult started as a bear with me, Necromunda gang, because we were playing Necromunda.
Whoa, really? This was before
and-
Necromunda was re-released, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there were kind of makeshift rules for gene stealers, and because they were so powerful, we kind of made a rule that using a gene stealer was risky because the cult was about to be exposed.
Yeah.
So I had this covered gene stealer.
That's
trying
where I
to-
stole my idea from. When I covered my gene sealers, I stole your idea.
Yeah, and I stole it from Fallout 2. You
Okay.
could have like this companion, which
Yeah.
was a beast, and when you entered a city, he cloaked himself.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the idea was that when you attack with it, you kind of threw away the
The cloak?
the cloak, and then it was unmasked. So that was where it started. And let me see, is it in this box? Oh, more Termagants. More Termagants.
You do love
No
them.
one wants to see 3 layers of Termagants. Okay. Then it's this box. My room looks like a mess right now.
We can't see, it's fine.
Yeah.
We won't tell your
So
wife.
here's my cult.
Yes, Darth Bob is asking for the Hive Mother Comes banner.
The
Hive
Hive
Mother
Mother.
comes?
The
Or
Sky Mother
Sky
comes.
Mother comes?
Sorry.
So he then probably means this dude. Shit, my focus is off. So yeah, this is him.
And to be clear, when Simon was making these, there were no Gene Stealer cults. Gene Stealer cults had, like, fallen out of the Tyranid line for, like, a decade. They hadn't been around since the 2nd edition Codex. Like, I feel like sometimes people come into the hobby these days, they're like, oh yeah, Gene Stealer cult. Yeah, they've been around for a while. It's like, no! They were nothing until very recently.
A little bit
So-
down.
So the banner says, "Reject your chains. The Sky Mother has come." So my idea was that that "Reject your chains" was their slogan.
Mhm.
That they would act up as a liberator force, where the Imperials should reject, their chains.
Yeah.
And that was my. At some point, I got hold of that HQ unit for of creeks, and that was the point where I kind of didn't know what to do with them, and then I started messing around. Oops. And I made what I just found, and I thought to be lost, was my not winning Golden Demon entry. so I felt it wasn't too bad that I lost it, because it didn't win anything, but I'm not that good. But I made this to be my
Oh, I forgot about this.
be an entry. So you have, like, I don't know how far you can see it.
That's good. That's
the,
perfect.
Okay. You have the two dudes looking weird in front of a bunker door. And you have, like, one cultist putting up a banner up here. Because I made this design I had printed on t-shirts and stuff. Where the Reject Your Chains thing was including a depiction of the Sky Mother. And on the other side, I had this little hacker here. He has a little, what's it called? Laptop. And he's
Can you
hacking
move it up a little bit? Sorry.
Sorry?
A
Like
little
that?
higher? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and a little bit to the left. Yes.
Okay, so he has this little console into which he's hacking. And the idea was that he's about to open the bunker doors, because downstairs there are some gene stealers crawling.
Oh, damn. Amazing.
So they're about to burst up, and these dudes have their playing cards laying up there, and some are about to have a smoke before they're eaten.
You should have won. You've been robbed.
Yeah, no, I talked to Molo because I was kind of disappointed, and he told me, and he's absolutely right, that this whole thing is lacking dynamics. So if I would have built the whole thing with like a line or a step or anything, that would tilt it like to a degree or something like that. That would have made it more appealing and more interesting. But because everything is so aligned and so rectangular and so symmetrical, that lacks the tension. For example, when you take this dude, he's having diagonals in all kinds of directions.
Yeah.
And every angle is sort of interesting, and this is all flat and boring. So I can understand that they didn't place well, but yeah.
Too bad.
To get back to Nick's comment about the Gene Stealer cults, at least I can speak for me that Gene Stealer cults always lived on in my heart, and I was saddened with every codex release that they did not have a return, and I used any opportunity to make Gene Stealer cults. When the Demonet kit was released, I made Gene Stealer cults. When Dark Vengeance was released, I made Gene Stealer cults out of the Chaos Cultists.
Perfect.
And
Yes.
when Gene Stealer cults were released, that was the time when I was just reeled in back into the hobby, and yeah.
You were like,
Here I
perfect. I've been
am.
waiting for this.
Hi.
2017 was when they came out, I think. 2016, 2017.
Just when you think you got out, they reel you right back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Building those was great fun, because I could use like everything from everywhere. And what I found was that using Beastmen arms, like Beastmen
Oh.
Igor's arms.
Yeah.
Like this one works perfectly for human sizes, and they had those cool bandages at the end of their arms,
Mm-hmm.
which would make them look pretty savage. So I used them all over the place. And they even made for cool faces. So if you covered their mouths, so to hide a little bit of their beastiness, they would still look odd and look weird. And those are actually high elf legs, because they made like awesome coats,
Smart.
and they were quickly done. And I have sculpted so many hoods. Like every single dude here is having hoods.
That's another
You know
thing.
where
With
it's
once
at.
you get the technique, they're not as bad as they seem.
Yeah.
The hoods.
And this one is probably one of my favorites, like all-time favorites.
Oh
Because
yeah, your gunslinger dude.
yeah, because he's having such a cool stance, and those twin guns, and a weapon like a las rifle changes so much or loses so much of its weirdness when you cut off that front tip, and suddenly you have something like a compact gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, looking at those, most of them are not very interesting. They're just random dudes with coats and shit. But
I like him.
yeah, sadly, this
Flip.
dude has his pointy finger broken off.
Flynnhammer has messaged in the chat saying that he's looking for somewhere very remote that he can put the fifth member. Because apparently the fifth member has buggered him.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah. And Peter Hampson has left us. See you later, Peter. I really like that gene sealer. The one that's like unveiled. Like it has like a non-standard gene sealer pose. It's off the screen right now, but I can see it in the video.
Like this one?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I think I hear Flynnhammer. The back swept arms, and then it has like some kind of design painted on its head.
Yeah. That's the design I use for my cultists. That they have like in my lore, they have seen like this design on its head and have taken the circle as their logo.
Yep.
Or the 6-pointed star as their logo. Because I was looking for something celestial.
That is only 2 points away from chaos.
Yes. And
Hey!
Hey, Flynnhammer has left the tumble dryer. Are you very fuzzy right now?
Yeah. That fifth member found me in here. I need to find out some really hidden area to get away from him.
No, it was Symbio Joe told us that Rick Priestley was coming home in his crawl and that we all had to run. And then Rick Priestley came home, started doing his laundry, and he threw you into the tumble dryer.
Oh no. Explains why I got a bit wet.
So yeah, here is. I think this is where this idea started from, or maybe I reused it. But making those arms point backwards really works to add to the dynamics.
Yep.
As well as demoned hands claws work awesomely on Tyranids, at least
They're
in
so
my
nice.
opinion.
Yeah.
And you can add way more dynamics to your gene sealers if you add Hormagon tails.
So now we're seeing what happened to your Hormigons. You put the tails on your gene sealers, you put the claws on everything else, and then you just threw out the bodies.
Yeah, probably.
This is like a murder mystery.
Oh, also, is it Erath? I don't know how to pronounce that. 3R R4H Earth. Flynn, was that the person who gave us our very first ever super chat back in the day? Do you remember? No, I think that was like Teraz or something.
Yeah.
Forgot to watch you guys. Wow. Love Loving all the models. Awesome work, Hydra. You guys are inspiring me to get back on the tools. There you go, Hydra.
Thank you.
Don't
Yes, you do.
forget to put the lotion on the tools.
What's the lotion
Go.
on its tools?
Go back to the tools and let us know how it's faring for you. Yeah, so that was. I'm not sure if I have more of the cultists. What
Also,
else?
Diana is sending you flowers and saying that you're your own worst critic, just like every artist.
Thank you. Probably yes. Yeah, that's the problem is that when you build something, you always see where it didn't work, and you never can look at the parts that actually worked.
Yeah, and you get bored of looking at it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. These are probably the last few interesting things. So with the
You're
whole
gonna have to wrap soon, so keep it going.
yeah, you have to put up the Slaneshi content sign again.
Uh-oh.
Because here's, or I don't know Slaneshi, but I with the whole, I think one of the most gruesome things about gene stealer cults are so easily forgotten, because they are bred right with humans mating,
Yeah.
and then they're pregnant, and then you have this little weird thing in your arms, and it looks like the most gross thing on earth to everyone else, but you're looking at it and it's the most perfect being ever there. Um, and I think this whole pregnant thing is lost in the whole lore because it's all about death and destruction.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to have pregnant cultists, like pregnant female cultists, because they would eventually be fighting as well. And yeah, so I have these two
Super
there.
creepy.
Yeah. And yeah, this one has even a little little creep hanging onto his leg. I'm not sure if you can.
Ew. Barely, but that's what did you use for that?
A plastic skull and green stuff.
Wow.
That is a very tiny skull.
Yeah, that's from the if I remember correctly, it was from the Flaglands. What are those Empire dudes?
Yeah, flagellants. Yeah.
Flagellants, yes. They had tiny skulls with them.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Actually, properly sized skulls, if you ask me, but
Right.
yeah. So that's for the cult. That's for the cult.
I always
And
loved
I
your
have-
cult, man. It was so good.
Thank you. And I've unfinished cultists.
Who has not?
Yeah, they were. And yeah, that was the. Oh look, we have chaos cultists now. Let's turn them into other cultists. Didn't work very well.
Oh well, back in the day, Chaos cultists and Gene Stealer cultists could join forces to fight the Imperium until they had won. After that,
Oh yeah,
it
there was Chaos
complicated.
Genestealer cults.
Yeah. Going back to, because I know we're short on time. Last thing is what probably was part of my favorite things were my warriors, because I
Oh, what
used
is
to.
this guy?
This is
I
the
remember
last
this dude.
the last set of warriors I made were oh Jesus, lash whip, tentacles, and bone swords.
Yep.
For which you again did not have any models, so oh, you know that I recently asked if someone ever used a Ripper as a weapon mount. Apparently,
Yeah.
I did.
Box did. The first person I ever saw doing that was Box.
Yeah, and I did it as well.
Good man.
Yeah. So I really like those, and they were super efficient on the battlefield.
There's some questions in the chat about where. So, Air Wrath or I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Where can I go to view all of Hydra's Tyranid models, please? And Darth Bob is asking me if I'm ever going to re-upload Hydra stuff to the Warp Shadow album. I'll assure you that I have uploaded Hydra stuff because dude has like 15 galleries. So if you go to the Warp Shadow profile on Instagram and you click on the link in bio and then scroll down to like some of the lower posts that show up, there's like some work in progress shots that have link in bio things there, and that'll take you to the Flickr album for Warp Shadow. And Hydra has like 3 or 4 galleries in there, maybe more. So they're there. But Hydra, what's the point of getting these all out and cleaning them all off? What are you doing with them?
Putting them in the cabinet.
No, you're photographing them and putting them up on Instagram, aren't you? So
Oh, yes,
people
you're
follow
right.
you on Instagram. So there you
that
go.
was what I was supposed to do.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that's the plan.
Flynn,
Yeah,
I think we're out of a job.
I don't know what I thought here, but apparently I made this dude with his super heavy sword,
It's
like
wicked.
a two-hander.
I love it. I love it. I love the hook.
So you have like one hand is fused to it and the other one is free, so he can grab it.
I love it. I love it so much. It's a two-handed sword, right?
Yeah, it has
Dude.
like this long chef
Hey,
thing going on.
You know what? We're not talking about the Codex, but when the Codex comes out, there's like the Reaper of Obliterax or something. Wait, Simon, put that back up. Put that guy with the sword back up. There's a weapon you can get called the Reaper of Obliterax, and people are like converting it to look like a scythe or something. This is a damn cool way to convert it. You get a big two-handed sword with an extended grip on the end, and then like you have another hand that can like grab that grip and smash people. I like this design for it.
Nick, you know that's in the current codex.
I have no idea. I don't own the current codex. I'm trying to decide whether I should buy the current codex before the new codex comes out because I don't
You
actually have
can't.
it. I don't know if it's worth it. So anyone who's not following Hydra, I'm gonna put a link to Hydra's profile in the chat. So if you're on Instagram, go check out Hydra's thing. And you know what? Because I'm feeling charitable, I'm gonna also get you a link for those Warp Shadow galleries. Give me a sec.
Yay!
Oh, and maybe last for today is my what was it called? The Doom of Malentai?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
The zoanthropist of zoanthropes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. But Nick,
Yeah.
you're sounding a bit like an addict just about to get his fix there.
I love this shit. I don't care. Like, look at that! Look at that victim.
Oh
He's having
yeah,
his
show
soul.
it.
His soul is getting sucked out of his body. Like, this is what we're seeing here. This is actually. Wait, Simon, is that already on your profile? I think you might have posted that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh geez, that reminds me of that Necron character that sucks blood out of a Imperial priest. You could totally use that for a kit bash.
Yeah.
Luminosaurus.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, maybe I lied. Maybe not all of Hydra's albums are up. I don't know. He's got a lot. So this is the Warp Shadow albums. I think that'll take you there. Hi, Wicker Bert. Welcome. Let's see if I can find, because Hydra's got like an album here on how to sculpt Tyranid armor plates, how to sculpt Tyranid ribs, but I think he also has like 1,000 other Brood albums or something in here.
Yeah, and at some point I started like, I think I at some point forgot to take pictures of things that I made.
No, what you did is that you had like a bunch of different albums that were very large. Like you'd have like Hive 1, Hive 2, Hive 3, Hive 4 or something on your within your Warp Shadow albums. And whereas with everyone else who had multiple albums, when I was uploading these to Flickr, I just slammed all those albums into one gallery and just kind of like changed the names on them. Because it was an inside job and because I know you in real life and you were, you know, my best man, I gave you like 1,000 albums. I just like left your album structure intact. I don't know if I uploaded them all yet.
No, they're not all up there yet. I should know. I've gone through most of them at the moment.
Damn it.
Okay, someone asked for a Biovore, so here's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is old and ugly.
It is one of the better ones.
Yeah, maybe.
The one before that is old and ugly. That one is passable.
I prefer the one before that
So maybe
Why?
because it was
What
my
is
first.
wrong with you? You
Because
took
it's-
too many turns in the tumble dryer.
Because it doesn't have
Oh.
these silly little arms.
remember the rule of 2.
Yep. Oh, there's the
Here's
guy
the other
double-handing
one.
that sword.
Here's
Oh,
one
I love
holding the
those
sword.
with the gene stealer heads. Those are so fucking cool.
The warriors, yes.
Yes,
Those are today my favorites.
as they should be, as God intended.
Yeah, so maybe folks have seen my my warrior take I recently posted, and that was sort of the idea to give this concept, this design, an update. So having the gun underslung under the torso, and having this bend forward shape, having a reduced head size because big heads are shot easily. Yeah. That was the idea for them. And at some point I made masks for warriors that look pretty goofy. They look like Dino
cool.
Riders.
They're
Shit.
fine.
Nobody got that reference.
I know
Yeah.
Dino Riders. They're awesome.
Yes, because we are old.
Yes, we are, because all these people in the chat were born after the Talon Horror.
Oh look, and I have the flash hooks. Where at some point were something you could equip your warriors with, and they made sense to me but they always looked goofy because they were shooting out, and the whole thing looked like exploding in all directions. And so I made them. I cut the parts away, the long sinews, and just glued the tips to the chest, and that suddenly made them appear more believable.
Oh, that's smart. That's a really good approach to them.
And it makes the chest look a bit like having like hands sticking out of the rib cage. Yeah, goofy, creepy, goofy, creepy. I don't know. And broken off scythe and talons.
Hydra Predator. What I thought I uploaded these. Sorry, I'm going through my. Oh no, that's someone else.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, I have lots of work to do to get them all into. I like his pose because he's surfing.
Nice.
Because Imperials don't surf.
And I think that's one of the cool thing about warriors. And I am, well, everyone, maybe unpopular opinion here, but everyone's screaming for new Tyranids. But Mr. Pink recently has said something very wise. We have a range that is so versatile and so easy to convert and so easy to push into the direction you want it to be, that we maybe should not scream too loud for new models, because we would get 3D cut models that you would have to glue together and then cut apart to make them cool. So, for example, this stance works or could be made because this leg could be cut into, like, each joint could be easily cut and reposed.
Yeah.
So you can get like a maximum of dynamics from a stance that would look rather boring, but with a little work you can turn them into something super dynamic. And yeah, so I have given your vote for leave the Tyranids alone some thought, and I'm with you. Leave them alone.
This is something that I may have mentioned here before, but oh, sorry, I'm trying to do two things at the same time. It's not a good idea. I intend to actually record a video about this, just about my thoughts on this, like a commentary sort of thing. But the short and long of it, or the short of it, is that I think, as Simon said, that when everyone says that they want new Tyranids, they don't think about the possible consequences of getting new Tyranids. That if you look at the Tyranid line, every one of these arms that I have sitting here has a ball joint on it. And every one of these creatures has a ball joint that you plug those arms into. And find me another Games Workshop model. Find me another Games Workshop model line where all the models have ball joints. You can't do it. It doesn't exist. Like
Space Marine used to be that way.
once,
Age
yes.
Sigma,
But...
dwarves,
Go ahead.
dwarves, dwarves.
Are we
Fantasy.
talking? Really? Really?
Yeah,
Dwarves?
they still exist, and they
Who
still have ball
cares?
joints.
Okay. So maybe wait. Are you talking about like sky dwarves? Or are you talking like the fiery naked dwarves?
No, I'm talking about the dispossessed dwarves that they still sell the models for from actual fantasy days.
Find me
What have
a
ball
recent
joints, do they?
release, a recent Games Workshop release that has ball joints, that is multi-posable in the way that Tyranids are multi-posable. There aren't any. They're all monopose, where like you can, like, if you want to pose them, they also go together in these really awkward ways where like part of their chest will be part of their arm and you have to like put it all together and then cut it up to pose it. That's what could be in the Tyranids future if they like redo our entire line. We might lose the interoperability of all these parts and the posability of Tyranid models. So be careful what you wish for when you start clamoring about how you want new Tyranids, because you might get what you wish for and you might be like, what the hell is this? I can't as easily convert them anymore. Because like right now, Tyranids are a converter's dream. You take all these parts, you slap them together, and they work. And we might not have that if they revise it.
That's why when I want new Tyranids, I want new Tyranids, as in new units of Tyranids. So we don't lose all those old stuff.
Oh, you don't want to replace the old stuff. You just want to add. Is what
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah, not
Yeah,
new
smart.
Tyranids, but more Tyranids.
Yes. Get the adaptive and the... Because the whole thing is, Tyranids haven't really had any new models or any new units, because obviously the Parasite was in 5th for quite a few years, since basically the Harpy came out. We haven't had any new Tyranids models units, so having another unit come in would be a great way of doing it. Maybe a dual kit, maybe not, but we can't complain. People go like, oh, we want to get Biovores, we want to get Pyrovores as plastic kits. We're one of the only armies where we have just 4 or 5 units that aren't in plastic. If you go look at, if you look at Space Marines, how many of those have they got that's in fine cast still, or even in metal? It was only apart from Sisters, were the only army to have everything nearly in plastic, because when Sisters were being sold, they didn't go over to fine cast before they got made plastic. They were still in metal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another thing of, don't complain. We have a nearly entirely plastic range that allows us to do the conversions.
Yeah.
Necromunda Ashwaites, those flea riders, might be the prophecy for the future what comes for Tyranids.
I thought about that, but the reality is that the guy who designed those is part of the specialist studio. I was like, oh yeah, this, like, maybe this guy's gonna sculpt the Tyranids, but he's in the specialist studio. So those are two
No,
different
I
things.
don't mean the sculpting, but when we get those kits, we will see how they are portioned into a sprue. And I think specialist games or not, that will give us a good hint how Tyranids will be dealt with.
So my thing there, I think specialist game sprues are very different from Games Workshop sprues, because the specialist game sprues they have a very specific way that they set them up, where it's like you have one sprue doubled in the box. But if you look at any of the I was gonna say kill teams, any of the gangs, you'll see that like in the just say like the Kodor gang. Kodor gang is one sprue that builds 5 guys, and then that sprue's in the box twice. So that's different from the way Games Workshop does their sprues.
Okay, just to get into this train of thought.
Yeah.
I have found like the point where we two met, Nick.
Yeah. What?
Because
Really?
because at some point I started thinking about how Tyranids would use victims as sort of a breeding process kind of
Mhm.
thing. And that's where I started to build the so-called hotel.
Oh, right. Your hotel. Piece of
Yeah,
terrain.
the infested building that you wanted to borrow for Games Day.
Yeah.
And yeah, these were these things like bred in organisms. Like I even have a towel that is serving as like breeding kind of thing. And I have a walking bomb.
Okay, I finally figured out what I screwed up with Hydra's albums. They are not public.
Ah.
How the fuck do I change this on Flickr? I don't know.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Ah.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to the blast from the past. Jesus, those warriors, man. I have like way too many.
Wrong. You have just enough.
Yeah, almost. I have almost enough.
This is like orcs and Daka. There is not enough Daka.
Never enough DACA.
Okay, these are about 30 warriors. Holy cow. Nice. Okay. Well, this really has been what I have expected, a blast from the past and a run through you know.
Thanks for sharing it with us, man.
Yeah, thanks for living through it. It really is. I'm the, as someone said, I'm my biggest critique, and yeah. When you say that you enjoyed it, I'm happy.
Certainly.
Let's keep it that way. And yeah, it's good that I found like this big jumpy Hive Tyrant who wants to be painted.
He is
Wait,
good
what?
times. Please paint him.
Did I miss that one? Did you show that one?
Yeah, that was the one he said he was going to paint for me, and I said I'd pay for it.
Oh, that one. Okay. Okay. At my level, this appears to be finished.
You never know. You could enter it into a golden demon.
Yeah, but Golden Demon is for beginners.
Yes,
Oh my
be
God.
careful with that, or you get eternally banned.
Oh my god, can we not? That was an asshole.
I need a T-shirt that says "Eternal Ban."
Oh no.
I
What
am a
about a
bot.
s-
I got banned eternally.
What about a sticker?
Yes, I was thinking
Oh,
about
there
that.
you go. Oh shit, there you go. I didn't think about that.
Monetize the stupidity of people.
I like
Yeah,
it.
how would a sticker? How would a Tyranids Eternal Ban sticker look like?
What do we think?
Chat.
Chat? Okay, for anyone who's not familiar, I don't know how much I really want to get into this, but
Oh, I
there.
can make it short. Idiot
Go ahead,
says.
make it short.
Idiot goes. Golden Demon doesn't know how to judge. Doesn't take part in Golden Demon himself. Really hasn't got a leg to stand on. Loses followers for it. Deletes post, but calls people bots and idiot and stupid for not agreeing with him. Basically, people going like, no, don't have a go at someone else's work. Yes, you can criticize the judging, but don't showcase someone else's work as the center point for your
I see.
bullshit, basically.
Yeah, so
That's how it went.
that's an okay summary. It's pretty general, but yeah, there was a person who there's this guy, yeah, who there was like Golden Demon happened in America. There was a skink that won. It was very beautifully painted, very simple. And a lot of people got mad because they were like, I want. Oh, sorry about people who can barely hear me. I've been over at my computer trying to figure out the Warp Shadow albums, and my mic is like at the other end of my desk. Let's see if I can fix that without breaking things. Very loud.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Give a little bit of that. Gotta give it a little bit of that Creature Comforts ASMR. There you go. Okay, that was a little too Slaneshi for my liking. All right, let's see if this is a little better. So yeah, there was I'm trying to make it so that people can see Hydra's photos in the Warp Shadow albums. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Yeah, so this skink one, and it was beautifully painted, but it's not like some big epic diorama or some crazy like it looked like very cleanly painted heavy metal style, but some people took issue with it. And then that was separate. That was kind of like there was some people who were doing that and like whatever. But then there was separately the particular hobbyists took it upon themselves to call out this, yeah, like as Flynn said, say, oh, I'm calling out the Golden Demon judging. I'm calling out the Golden Demon judging. It's just the judging. But on that post where they were calling out the Golden Demon judging, they took a picture of one of the models that had won a Golden Demon that was painted in like more of a grimdark style that you wouldn't exactly expect to win a Golden Demon. I'm not crazy about grimdark style, but it was a really beautifully painted model, so I got no issue with it.
So this is I'm not sure if I'm sorry to interrupt there, but grimdark is something completely different. This model is just crazily good painted, and
It was
when
very
you look,
dirty. It was very grungy.
yes, it's gritty and it has
Yes.
battle damage all over it. But when you look at the dude's other things, like he's working on some orcs right now.
Oh yeah,
And
they're beautiful.
you know, if I had it in charge, I would hand him the sword immediately.
Yeah.
Because
What?
he's that good.
Context on the internet? Be gone, foul demon!
Yeah, so what happened was that this asshole who was like trying to call out the people who actually won was like, I think that the Golden Demon judging has like diminished the level of competition to like beginner levels. And like these models were not painted by beginners. Like these are eye-water, brain-melting models. Like they're beautiful. But this asshole thinks that he's so yeah, the first thing is he's like, oh, the Golden Demon is such a low level, like this is crazy, like this is such shit, they gotta fix this. And then someone asked him, they're like, hey, have you ever participated in a Golden Demon competition? And the best part, he's like, no, I'm above that level. I'm not gonna stoop to that level. I'm so much better than the Golden Demon. It's like, well, congratulations. You have just said that you're so much like that this is a shit competition and that people are beginners, and yet you've never even tried to enter it. So it was stupid. And then yes, and then the thing happened where people went on his posts and like very like cogently and not inflammatory at all said, hey, listen, like we followed you for a while, because this person did have a lot of followers, and like this person was good at painting painting freehands on very large models. They're small models, maybe not so much, but very large models, freehands, cool. And a lot of people followed them. And a lot of people came out of the woodwork just to say like, hey, this is like, I think this is a bad take, man. Like it looks like you're crapping on people who actually won these things versus crapping on the judges. And the person came back and was like, oh no, like you misunderstand me, and because you misunderstand me, I'm gonna ban you. I'm gonna block you. I'm not gonna have a conversation with you. I'm gonna block you. So they started blocking all these people, and then all these people were like, you're an idiot. Like basically anyone who disagreed got blocked. And then finally they came back, they posted another post, and they were like, okay, if you want to talk about this, I'm more than happy to talk with you, but you have to DM me. I'm not going to have any public conversations with you. Only if you DM me will I talk to you. And yeah, it's just like if you agree with their opinion, you can post publicly on their profile. But if you don't agree with their opinion, you have to message them privately. So it's a load of crap.
I think it goes even worse than that, because there are
Uh-oh.
two things that have got me really on the fence. The first one was that he at some point said to someone who said, "Well, this behavior is not very this person was showing is not very welcoming." And I started. I'm 1 year into the hobby, and this gives like a weird vibe to it.
Yeah.
And the person's response was, "What is your year against my 10 years?"
Oh my god.
So that was one thing that I thought, well, yes, that big is your car. And the other one was that someone started asking questions very, very politely, and his response to it was, "Do you want to get banned? Do you
Yes.
want to get yourself banned? Shall I
Yes.
ban you because you're not behaving, you little monkey?" And this is so beyond any understanding of everything.
Okay,
Do
for
they?
anyone who's hung around this long, the secret treasure that you're getting is that I've now finally fucking figured out what was wrong with Hydra's albums in the Warp Shadow galleries on Flickr, and I am posting links to them in the chat. Please check these out and let me know that you can access them because I'm currently logged into Flickr, so maybe
You
I
can.
am. Huh?
Yes, you
Did you
can.
try? You can?
I just
They
put
work?
the link.
Yep, it
Yeah.
works.
And you can see Brood 6?
Brood 6.
Okay,
I
this is what I
also
mean
can
by...
see extreme Slaneshi content. Oh my god, my poor eyes.
So, yeah, this is what I mean that, like, Hydra is, like, unstoppable because there's, like, 15 albums that I need to get through here. And then there's other albums on the side where he's, like, just done, like, a little album about his warriors or, like, his, Gene Stealer cult. So, fun for all ages. Oh, there's Brood 3.
All I'm going to say is, a
Yeah.
positive note of this whole debacle that
Is
just
that we
happened
got
is...
Hydra's miniatures up on the internet, finally?
No, I was going to say the Ryan Minis memes that we got from it all.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah. Ryan's Minis was one of the people who was really incensed by this idiot. Actually, Ryan's Minis is the one who told me about all this bullshit. And yeah, go ahead.
Um, I know that you can, or I got upset at several points. But I have to say that with all the bullshit we're currently dealing, like internationally and everywhere,
Yeah.
the way the people have reacted to this dude, have sort of given me some sort of faith back into humanity, because there's so many people like standing up and saying this is not right on a obviously, you know, it was weird, but it's not like he didn't slap a child on and took a movie, or showed himself dumping a bag full of puppies.
Slap a child. I like that that's our bar.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he did a really shitty move, but you have to be sort of aware of other people's feelings to get upset about this. And there were
Yeah.
so many people getting upset, and that made me feel like he's a jerk, and that won't change. But I have seen so many good people standing up and being
Challenging
threatened with
him.
eternal
Yeah.
ban, and
Yeah.
nonetheless we're saying, I'm not backing down, and I will keep telling you that I don't like your opinion. And I think that is very, very important for our society today. So
Yeah. I
I'm
agree.
taking this from this whole discussion.
Yeah, because like that's the thing. Like people like I'm gonna call from the Norn. We gotta wrap this soon, but
Or now.
Yeah, I think now. I think we're meant to wrap it up like
no,
quite a
guys,
while
go
ago.
ahead. Thanks. Say your final things because we gotta be wrapping soon.
Yeah, I think I said my final words.
Yeah.
I want to end on a positive note here.
Why don't we let the guests finish off?
Well, if someone weird looking approaches you on the street and asks you stuff about Tyranids, please answer. Also, I'm very happy to have been part of the Creature Conference. It was a blast. Also, I did miss Marco dearly, and I'm looking forward to Ryan Minis being part of this Creature Caster Conference. What else can I say? Thank you so very much for participating, and
Say the line.
yeah, I will
the
now
line.
crawl back to
Say the
the
line.
cupboard
Say the
that is our
line.
secret bunker under the garden shed.
Say the line.
Say the line.
Please like and subscribe and ring the bell. It's your boy, Creature Caster Conference. Also, raid Shadow Legends.
Oh,
Amazing.
you're welcome back anytime.
Mic drop.
Okay, I think you can wrap it.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
where we're
dudes.
ending.
Okay,
We ain't
dudes.
got
I'm
anything
glad.
left.
I'm glad you handled that for us because I was on the phone with Nora. Also sending through Hydra's account photos to everyone in the chat who cares. Wait, what was the line? He said the line. What was that?
Like and subscribe.
Okay, thank God. Sorry, I had to take my
Also,
headphone
raid
out because
Shadow
you
Legends.
guys you guys are too hot and you were distracting me while I was trying to talk to my wife.
Yeah, use NordVPN, please.
What?
He's doing all the sponsor ones.
Okay, here's the final
Oh
Hydra
shit!
album.
Oh shit! Sorry. Subscribe. Oh my God! Our main sponsor, that is Gene Stealer's Kiss dating app. 100% customer satisfaction. Good lord! How could I forget this?
Oh my God, that was so good. Oh, your crawl is the best, man. I just want that crawl. I just want it in my life. I plead
We can
Frankendoodle.
clip. If
What?
anyone gets a chance, go back and clip it. Go back and clip that bit of the stream.
I can do it. It takes some time, but oh my God, there's a separate Hydra album of Gene Stealer Cult with 100 items. I want to stop. Why is there so much Hydra content?
I'm sorry.
Because Hydra content is best content.
Stop apologizing for being so brilliant. Okay, we're almost done. Thanks, Irath, for being here. I thought you said thanks, Chippies, and that made me think of oh shit. Tom Wilson said
Oh.
Raid Shadow Legends. Well played. Okay, I thought Chippies, like what's his name? That guy on who's that guy on Instagram with the birds with the chippies? You know what I'm talking about?
No, because I thought of a fish and chippy.
I share him all the
But
time.
I
We're
think
actually going
Chappie-
for fish and chippies tonight. What was that?
He's Erath. Thanks, Chappies, not Chippies.
I know. But there's a guy who I share his videos sometimes. He like takes real videos of birds. Hydra, Gene Stealer, Cult. Oh shit.
Jeez.
You want
Shout
to
out
see
feedback
this?
for a very nice parasite of Vortex.
What? I love that Hydra's still giving us a tour of his nids. This is good. I'm gonna get my video the fuck out of here because I'm not doing anything.
Now we are just going overtime.
We are long
Well,
overtime.
We're in overtime.
We are in double plus overtime. This hockey game is long gone.
Overtime.
Oh.
And
Who's
now
the
we got
chippy-
boobs.
Now we got what? Boobs?
Yes, extreme Slaneshi content.
Yes.
Oh, he's got boobs
Hi-
on his thing.
Inside your wives.
Okay, I think I may have finished revealing all of the Hydra albums. I don't know. There might be some more stuff for you to pull now, Flynn. Because I realized I uploaded all the shit, but I didn't make it all public. So right now I'm going and making it public, which is stupid because like I pay for like hosting for these photos.
That's another day for me. That's another day.
No, not tonight. Oh, Tom Wilson wants to see your Karen, Hydra. I've been sending a lot of people pictures of your Karen because I posted that thing about how the Karen is an ugly model, and all these people are like, "Oh man, I should edit it." And I'm like, "No, don't worry, Hydra's doing it for you." And then a bunch of people are like, "Hey, when's it gonna be finished?" I'm like, never.
It was me! I'm the liar! I lied to you!
Okay. There we go. Insert seagulls. Who's fuck? He knows who I'm talking about. God, what's his name?
Yes, I do know who you are talking about. I got rid of the chippies. Oh, that's so nice for you, dude.
What is the who's the chippy seagull
Oh.
guy? I can't remember his name. He's an Australian.
I know what you mean now. Yeah.
Oh,
The one
God,
with
he's
the
so good.
arms.
He's so good. Oh
With the
wow.
bird?
Yeah, with the birds, you know?
Yes.
He draws the faces on the birds and he makes the birds talk. And
Yeah.
like steal chippies. What's it called? Someone save me from myself.
I don't know.
His name's like Tom something. I don't friggin' know.
We
That
should
is your
save
homework
you.
for this week. Find out the name.
Oh god.
Yes. We should
Worst.
save you and tell you that you need to get to your Norn.
Thank you.
Because our episode is you.
Worst homework ever. Okay, well, at least I got all those Hydra albums made public. At least I got all those links in the chat. That feels like an accomplishment to me. Symbio Joe, thank you so much for joining us. Flynnhammer and Hydra, thank you for putting up with my shit as per usual. And yeah, let's do it again sometime, friends. And this was cool, Hydra. I didn't know that we were gonna go through this whole like tour of your models, and I think I don't know, I enjoyed it. Seems like other people enjoyed it. Good work.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah. I never thought it would be so interesting to watch someone polish their models on stream. That sounds dirty. Also, A+ drive floppy disk. I've got something for you and I haven't put it in the mail yet, but it's coming, I swear to God. I'm so sorry it's taken me like a month.
Oh, and I didn't even pull out the dominatrix. Okay.
Oh shit. And the thing I wanted to note is that next week we will not be streaming at the normal time because it's Easter. I'm going away with Nora. I will be floating in a spawning pool on top of a mountain at this time next Friday. So we're gonna see if we can maybe do like a makeup stream on like the Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know. We'll see. And then we will have to figure out a new stream time because of my whole job thing that I mentioned. But yeah, so keep an eye out for next week. I'll try to post about it so that people know when and where it's happening. But if you like and subscribe, especially subscribing, you will know because... What's that?
You get a notification.
Yes, if you subscribe, you'll get a notification. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you should definitely subscribe now because next week's going to be at a weird time and I can't predict it. So we shall see. All right, that's probably enough. Thank you, gents. Thank you, everyone in the chat. It's so late. Hope you all sleep well and stay safe.
You too.